Hi, I'm Lena of North Hinckford Benefice, and I'd like to share with you my reflections on the potter during lockdown. From the book of Jeremiah, verse 18, the potter and the clay. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord: Come, go down to the potter's house, and there I will let you hear my words. So I went down to the potter's house, and there he was working at his wheel. The vessel he was making of clay was spoiled in the potter's hand, and he reworked it into another vessel as seemed good to him. Then the word of the Lord came to me: Can I not do with you, O house of Israel, just as this potter has done, says the Lord? Just like the clay in the potter's hand, so are you in my hand, O house of Israel. At one moment I may declare concerning a nation or a kingdom that I will pluck up and break down and destroy it. But if that nation, concerning which I have spoken, turns from its evil, I will change my mind about the disaster that I intended to bring on it. And at another moment I may declare concerning a nation or a kingdom that I will build and plant it. But if it does evil in my sight, not listening to my voice, then I will change my mind about the good that I had intended to do to it. Now therefore, say to the people of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, Thus says the Lord, Look, I am a potter, shaping evil against you and devising a plan against you. Turn now, all of you, from your evil way and amend your ways and your doings. This present lockdown, due to the pandemic of COVID-19, has given us the opportunity to stop, reflect, have time to potter in the garden, potter with pottery, and in my case, potter in my pottery studio. I'm an amateur potter and extremely fortunate and grateful to have the space, the turning wheel and the kiln in my little studio at home. Now, I only started to play with clay 18 months ago and I'm not particularly good at it. But I feel very blessed to get so much joy out of working with the clay. It may seem to some pointless and meaningless to end up with a studio full of ceramic pieces. Some not so useful, some not so beautiful, but I made them. I made them from the clay. I formed that clay with my hands to what it was meant to be. And I find it deeply relaxing, peaceful, spiritual, fun, creative, a bit challenging, very patient training, grounding somehow. Get your hands in the clay, sensual and tactile, smooth. It's made me think more about clay and pottery during this pandemic time and lockdown. Clay comes from the earth, and so do we, all made from natural elements. God created our earth, and it belongs to God, and we are its caretakers. We need the earth, and the earth needs us. We were made as caretakers of the earth, not destroyers of it. Wearing it out like a garment, Isaiah warns us. In Scripture we hear of God being the potter, how he can mould us like clay and change us depending how we, his clay, responds to his hands moulding us. The potter must be prepared to make changes too. I often have a vision and hopes of making something very beautiful and useful, perhaps a mug with a fancy handle. But the clay decides to become something else. I have to adapt, listen with my senses and my intuition, pray and discern what am I meant to do instead. I do hope and pray that we all will have learned from this pandemic to be better at adapting and better at making changes, better at listening with all our senses, better at using our intuition as we discern what is God's purpose for us on our beautiful planet Earth. What are we meant to do to look after it and spread joy and happiness and well-being around us and within us? Amen.